Welcome to Pre-Snap Podcast, presented by LineStar app. Here's your host, Casey Bubba and Scott Bogman.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Pre-Snap Podcast, brought to you by the wonderful people at LineStar Sports. Make sure you check them out on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar NFL. Most importantly, download the app in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Everything you need in the palm of your hands to win your DFS lineups. Also, check them out on YouTube, the LineStar YouTube channel. Lots of great content there. They even have new injury videos coming out there. All kinds of fun stuff over there at the LineStar YouTube channel, so go check that out as well. Find myself on Twitter at BDentric, and my co-host is always on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scott Bogman, how we doing, my friend?
Victory Monday, late Monday, almost Tuesday. But yeah, I was very excited that my Steelers were able to get a win. You text me, "Oh, ye of little faith." And I said, look, I've never been happier to be incorrect. So very, very happy that the Steelers ended up winning. My fantasy teams were okay this week. Last week, it's kind of like I can't get both in 1 week. It's like Steelers win, my fantasy teams are meh. If Steelers lose, my fantasy teams are amazing. So that's just the way she goes.
It's been wild. Like my DFS cash games have been awesome. GPP has been hit and miss, but season long, I have I think like 5 leagues, and it's like I either go 2-3 or 3-2. Like I can't just have like one really good week. It's just because all the different injuries that have taken place and stuff. And we're talking about the news just before this. Like there's one league I won this past week. I lost Corey Davis and Keenan Allen. It looks like it's just a roller coaster effect. But here's one for you. So the Barf League, the Bay Area Roto League that I'm in, my team's been struggling, injuries yet again, and it stinks because you can put guys on the IR, so the waiver wire is depleted. Like there's nothing out there. And going into tonight's game, I was up 10, but I was facing Nick Folk and Mack Jones. Thought I had no chance.
You figure, let's go ahead and start a wide receiver from the Patriots. Is that it?
Oh, I had nobody left. I used my guys were done. I was up 10.
Mack Jones threw 3 passes.
Yeah, he had 0.46 points. 0.46. So
I mean, that's a combination. I mean, it's mainly Mother Nature, right? Because it was freezing and windy and nasty in Buffalo. But also, that's just like peak Belichick, right?
Yeah.
We're going to win throwing the ball 3 times, so I can just have in my belt, we won a game throwing the ball 3 times in 2021. Yep. In the day of you're never going to win a game without throwing the ball.
I don't know who did it, so I apologize, but someone tweeted it out so perfectly going, Belichick's just saving the 46 pass game for the playoffs.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm not going to show you anything with Mack Jones on this game.
That was nuts. There was some, Russell Wilson looked good again. I finally got cut and guillotine this week, Bob. That was it. Final 4.
Heck of a run.
Yeah, made the Final 4. I'll get it one of these days, but I ain't gonna be this year. And it was Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. That's what really screwed me. So
they're screwing me in my big league. It's I have Kelce and Mahomes, and I keep having 2 on my bench. Just crush Mahomes each week, and it's like I know the week I finally flip flop it, Mahomes is gonna go bonkers.
Yeah. Another good thing that I came away with this week was another Thursday night showdown against Bub. Took that one again, 4-1.
Did you like my text message there? Like, because you literally had the Dallas defense and Taysom Hill, and it was like within a matter of 2 minutes, you had 2 touchdowns. I literally said, like, what is this gif from The Office? Like, what is this? And you pulled away right there. It was over.
Yeah. That was, I can't believe the Raiders couldn't put up more than 15 points on Washington. Was shocking. The Lions win a game.
That was fun to watch Goff, and then watch Goff's better halves video of her reaction. I didn't know which part of it I enjoyed more, but it was cool to see.
I don't think I saw that yet.
I'll send it to you because you'll know it when you see it.
All right.
Yeah, she was on the set of this SI swimsuit shoot.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Brady gave the Falcons 7 of their points for free, and they still beat them by 13 and beat the spread. The Colts smacked the Texans. I mean, it was a fun week for sure.
Yeah. Like, what are we doing with the Chargers and the Bengals? Like the biggest Jekyll and Hyde teams in football.
I don't know, man. Like, it's the Bengals defense for sure. What gets them in trouble. 41 points to the Chargers, but the Chargers live and die by Herbert. If Herbert has a good game, they're going to win. If he has a mediocre game, they're going to lose. That's just what it is. And this was one of those games where they just got out to a tremendous start, and they didn't even own the time of possession. Like, that was a big thing about this weekend's games, but it wasn't in this one. They had the ball for 28 minutes, 45 seconds, and the Bengals 31-15. So it was fairly even, and the Bengals had it more. They just got down so quick. It was 16-zip after the first, and then the first touchdown in the second quarter was also by the Chargers. So they're sitting there up 24-zip before the Bengals score, and they had to get into passing the ball, and they threw for 300 yards. But remember, the whole thing in this game was we said play Joe Mixon because they're going to run him against the league's worst run defense, but they just didn't have time. You get down 24 points in the second quarter, and you have to pass to play catch up, and they just couldn't do enough.
Yeah, luckily Mixon still got his, not like we hoped he would, but he still got his.
Scored a touchdown to salvage it for sure.
A ton of running backs went off, so that was nothing like Sony Michel. When the Rams dominated, Sony Michel went to beast mode, so that was fun. We saw the Cardinals. Our boy Kyler's back with 4 touchdowns, 2 through the air, 2 through the ground. That was the first one to D-Hop, so they're okay. But the story of the weekend, Bogman, Minshew Mania.
Yeah, God,
I love Minshew. I know he's got his flaws. I know he's got his, but the dude is freaking so much fun.
He is a lot of fun to watch. He's not a good quarterback.
Hey,
that's just
4K on DraftKings. I was all in. Chips were in, folks.
Yeah, I get it. And he had a good game and everything, but who did they play again? Remind me of who the
Jets.
Yeah, the vaunted
the
Jets.
3-win Jets.
Right, exactly.
They're better than the 1-win Lions.
And even, Ian Rappaport tweeted out, like, listen, the Eagles do not have a quarterback controversy. I repeat, the Eagles do not have a quarterback controversy. But, I understand it. They don't seem to like Jalen. And, this is kind of the narrative I've been saying is all the reporters out of Philly have said for, pretty much the entire season, they're going to find a way to have Minshew start a game. So this was it, and he looked good. So what does that mean? Does that mean that they're going to trade Hurts in the future? I don't know, but he's got the last, 4 games here to figure it out and be impressive. So I hope that Hurts does it, but also I kind of hope he doesn't, so they could trade him to Pittsburgh. I would take him all day.
There you go. Miles Sanders had a big rushing game, but Gainwell got the touchdown. So the story, I guess, is do the Eagles hate Hurts or Sanders more?
And Sanders got hurt at the end of it. So
of course he did. He's like maybe he's the Baron Davis of football.
Dude,
he's always banged up.
I mean, he is made of glass, and I don't know what is happening there. He is incredibly frustrating to own in season long. Barely puts up a good game, so you don't have to worry about him in DFS either. So.
Brutal stuff. But all right, let's talk perfect lineup. Let's have some fun with this. DraftKings, like I said, it was beast mode week. Like, there's so many good running backs. We talked about it during the week. Even with injuries, more opened up. Michelle got you like 24 plus points. There were so many guys that scored big. And then you had some receivers going to multiple 30 plus point receivers this week. So the optimal lineup scored 278 points and left $300 on the table. I think the Millie Maker winner was like at 240 something. And the lineups made sense, kind of like stacking wise. Like we've been saying, you don't stack as much anymore, and that's kind of how it won. So the optimal lineup this week had Tom Brady at quarterback, David Montgomery at running back, which was a little bit surprising, but maybe that's because of the way it all evens out with the finances. Sony Michel, of course, because he was dirt cheap, but Deontay went bonkers. Chris Godwin went bonkers. T. Higgins went all 30 plus points from those 3. And you could add Justin Jefferson, but he was so expensive. So that's why he's not there. He went nuts. And then, of course, at tight end, you had the only George Kittle, who put up over 40 DK points. And then you had Dallas Goedert, who put over 30 points as the flex. You had 2 tight ends, and a lot of people had Kittle and Gronk in lineups. They had the Kittle Goddard side, but Gronk put up 20, almost 30 points.
Dude, one more touchdown of Goddard, and I might have been behind Minshew Mania, by the way. Like, I was weird. So
they
happy
didn't
someone's
any touchdowns
in
the second half. Like all field goals in the second half. It was weird. But, he was just feeding Goddard all day long. And then the Chargers defense put up 20 points against the Bengals. So It was wild, Bogman. Wild stuff.
Yeah, and look, just for the calls from last week, Bub, I think I hit on everything that wasn't quarterback and Joe Mixon. I think I did pretty solid. So, Montgomery, Freeman, Justin Jefferson, Van Jefferson, Russell Gage had 11 targets. I had Gronk. He scored 2 touchdowns. You had Gronk too, right? So,
I said I'm going to cheat, and we're both using Gronk. So yes,
right. And I was a little disappointed. Moreau only got 1 catch for 34, but we did pretty good on our picks as well.
Yeah, I don't mind Moreau just for his price, and a lot of the winning lineups. If you didn't have the double tight end with like Gronk and Kittle, there's a lot of Gronk and Moreaus or Kittles and Moreaus just because he's so cheap. He opened up so much. He allowed you to do because that's when you could go get Justin Jefferson and get Jonathan Taylor or stuff like that. It literally, if you played Minshew at 4K, Sony Michel at 43, and Moreau at 27, you did whatever you wanted in your lineup, and that's why the scores were so high. And so that's why I was in different chats and everything leading up to Sunday. And people are like, oh, you got to fade the chalk. You saw it over Twitter. You can't play a chalky Moreau. No, you can, because you differentiate elsewhere. I've said this with baseball. I say it with football. Everyone is so afraid to play chalk. And I get it. You don't want to be like all chalk. But you look at all these winning lineups. I've looked at Millie Maker lineups. They have multiple guys that are 30% owned. They have there is such thing as good chalk. And so you play it. You can't play that narrative anymore. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's old and tired. For sure.
So, but yes, I had Lamar, Brady, and Carr at quarterback. But like I said, once Minshew was named starter, I had him like everywhere. So that's part of the thing when we record, and then when things change, that's why you want the app, because when those change and the projections change, I'm like, oh man, for $4,000, you see what you can do. Running back, I had Mixon, Gaskins, and Cordarrelle. So not great at all. But then the receivers are good, and we were all on board on the rest of it very, very well, as you said. So we all got our touchdowns, you, me, and Humphrey.
That was look, we just wanted to win people some stuff. So we picked some of the chalk there too. You're welcome, and got it done. Felt good to get back on the board.
Yeah, the powers to be have not told us we can't go chalk, so we're gonna keep probably going chalk just to get you guys free stuff until they cut this little dog and pony show off. So have some fun with that as well. But before we preview week 14 for you real quick, again, remind you guys to give us a rate and review on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. It helps the podcast out a lot. Just a couple minutes out of your time would be awesome. And if you like to watch us instead of listening to us, go to the LineStar YouTube channel. Get all the good stuff there. Week 14, the last week of the buys, and I learned you have to scroll all the way to the bottom here. Got 4 teams on bye. The Colts, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Eagles. So like 3 of the best teams in the AFC are on bye, and the Eagles.
You're not kidding. So your Miami Dolphins are the hotness right now. And
juggernauts, as I say.
Juggernauts. And they won me some money. So
yeah, they did. That was your best bet of the week. So you got that.
We like that. So
they I almost texted you because I wasn't watching the game when we were running errands and stuff. I was trying to be a good person. And the first half, they were doing the Dolphin thing.
Yeah. You know what? I like for a half second, it flashed past my mind where you said one of the guys that works in your company or whatever is also a Dolphins fan. Mm-hmm. And you guys were like, this is just the most predictable nonsense ever. It'd be to lose the Giants, but they were okay.
Yeah, they got through it. They got through it, but they made it uncomfortable for a while. They did Dolphin things. So,
well, speaking of uncomfortable, did you watch my game? I mean, I felt like I had played in it. I got my my booster and my flu shot on Friday. Felt okay Saturday. Sunday felt like garbage.
Told you.
So it took a day to kick in and make me feel like crap. So I was dragging ass all day Sunday, and then watching that game and the ups and downs and my blood pressure, I'm sure would not have been very fun to look at during that game. But after the game, I felt like I played in it. It was exhausting.
It was great because the Steelers at plus numbers at home.
Oh yeah,
it was great. It was great. Just faith in Big Ben. But let's talk about Big Ben because the Steelers kick off Thursday Night Football. Steelers at the Vikings. Steelers the big dub. Vikings with the probably worst loss of the season by any football team around.
So the team that lost and the team that tied, the Lions, meet up on Thursday Night Football.
And the Vikings literally were down like 14 in that game or something. So it was not a good game.
Yeah, they came back. Yeah.
And probably no Cook. I'm imagining we're going to miss him again. Maybe no Thielen. This could be a heck of a game, Bog, with your boys on Thursday night.
Yeah, I mean, Ben didn't practice. Claypool didn't practice today either. I think Ben is just
I
let's
don't
give
think
the
Ben's
vet
going to
a day
practice much
off.
the rest of the season.
No, and then he's gonna be done, right?
Yeah.
So, I get that.
Do you like a Viking ceremony where you float a raft out and shoot an arrow on fire when he's done? Is that how it goes with Big Ben?
I don't want it to happen this week. So I would like to stay in playoff contention for a little bit. This is a game the Steelers need to win, but it's also a game this is the Viking season. If they lose this one, I think they're done.
This game.
Yeah, this is a must win. And I think it's honestly a must win for both teams. So there's a lot of desperation in this game, which we like to see, which makes for a more exciting game and a little more strategy and hopefully not a blowout on Thursday Night Football. So that's what we're looking forward to. I think Najee's going to be okay, but you can obviously pass on the Vikings. If Jared Goff did it and threw for 300 yards, I think the Steelers should be able to do it. Even with, they even have their O-line is crap. Dude, I think the guy that they picked up off of the street, Leglue or whatever, however you say his name, I think he's the best left guard that's played all season for Pittsburgh. So, that's the state of the line. But luckily, no Everson Griffin, no Danielle Hunter. So this is not the best Vikings line either. It's going to be whose secondary will play worse, I think, is how this game is going to turn out. I would bet the over in this one for sure.
Big time.
And, if you're playing in a showdown, I know even if Cook doesn't play, we have two big time running backs in Madison and Najee. Wide receivers might be a little more valuable, although
two big time receivers too.
I think Madison gets back on his horse for a good game against Pittsburgh.
He still put up over 20 fantasy points last week. He was fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying the Steelers aren't going to stop anything. So, because they didn't stop Freeman this week. So
this is an early thought, and obviously we'll record the showdown show later. But I'm pretty sure right now I want to put Deontay in as captain. Just gonna throw that out there.
Well,
I gotta see the prices. Because it ain't gonna be cheap. But
is there a Steeler player that you like more that you have ever liked more than Deontay?
I don't know. I love that man because I think I love him because it feels like week in and week out he's so underappreciated.
Right.
It's ridiculous what he does.
Hard not to say Hines Ward for that.
But when you're a diehard Steelers fan, I agree with that's got to be your guy.
Well, I mean, all of them are my guys, So I mean, I love Hines Ward. So I would not rule out a future animal of mine being named Hines or Ward or God forbid a son. So, but I don't want any of that. But I could definitely see that happening. But yeah, I mean, Deontay is awesome. And hopefully Claypool plays, but Toe Tap Pat gonna probably have a big game.
Pat and Conklin are gonna be some value pieces.
Well, Conklin is the pivot when Thielen is down.
Or Osborne. Osborne's gonna be chalk as chalk can be because he got a big workload when Thielen went down on Thursday. But we will talk about that on Thursday.
Okay. All right.
There's tons of that. Yeah. The one thing I will mention, if you guys want to see desperation, like Bogman was talking about desperation in this game, you want to see what it looks like. Bogman live streams Thursday Night Football. So
I won't do this. I won't do Steeler games. So
it would be worth every piece of whatever you charge.
I have to send my neighbors an edible arrangement or something for the level of craziness that I have.
You're not in your apartment anymore because those were the good old days.
Oh my God. Yeah, I would have the cops called on me during that game for sure.
All right, let's move on to the other games this week. We go to Sunday, Cowboys at Washington. Big game actually because the Cowboys, we know they're good, but they don't always look as good as they can look. And Washington's playing outstanding football. Love
4-game win streak for Washington.
And man, I know Riverboat Ron's got his, the jokes and everything, but any post game or whatever talks I see brought out by him makes me want to run through a wall. That guy is amazing. I know he's got his quirks, but the dude's awesome. Washington is not dead in this game. That's all I got to say.
No, they've won 4 in a row. And look, I even mentioned, which it's not the biggest advantage in the world having 3 extra days, but in the NFL, it's a big advantage. And they were also going across the country on the road to Vegas, and they still won that game. Mm-hmm. So, Vegas isn't the best team in the NFL or anything, but they're not bad. It's not like playing the Lions or Jets or Jaguars. So, to see them do that was fairly impressive, and to see them ever since their bye week, they've been impressive. So you're absolutely right. This is going to be a game. Obviously, no Logan Thomas in this one. He looks like he avoided the bad injury, but still not fantastic for him. But I mean, I expect Dallas to win even on the road. But this, I don't know, man. 4 points is the line right now. I don't know what way the money's going to be on that. I would say probably towards Dallas, just because there's more Dallas fans. So if it moves that line down, if it moves the line to 4.5 or 5, I would definitely be on Washington.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one to see where these lines come out later in the week, because everyone, well, most are going to want to be on the Cowboys in this game. And they, in reality, if they show up, they should win this game. They should.
Yeah.
But Heineke and company, they're balling. They're fighting. So I'll give them credit there. Jags Titans. Titans are just a shell of themselves with all the injuries they got. Julio's practicing. I still don't think he plays. They're a mess. Jags are the Jags, but honestly, I'm kind of concerned on this one. Kind of, just because the Titans are so bad right now.
Yeah, look, the spread is too big. I see it sitting at 9.5. I don't think I can take Tennessee by more than a touchdown.
That tells you just how bad Tennessee's playing, though, because that's the smallest spread against the Jags in a while.
Right, and it's at home in Tennessee, and they're coming off a bye week too, so they should be favored by a lot. But I think that is a lot for the Titans to be favored by. So I just I don't trust them. I think I would take Jacksonville by anything less than a touchdown. I probably wouldn't bet that game, because it's not like I'd pick Jacksonville, but it's not like I have faith in them to do anything. No. There's no one startable for Jacksonville. I mean, if Julio's cheap, are you backing on Julio?
No, this will be a fade game for me unless you want to play like the Titans defense. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I play. If you want to play Titans defense, cool. Otherwise, I'm pretty much out.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like, I haven't looked at pricing. Maybe some way that one of the Titans running backs stands out, but I don't see this being. This is one of those crossout games, probably.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Seattle Texans. Seattle coming off a much needed W. Looked a lot better. I'm still not a believer in what they got going on right now, but it is the Texans with Davis Mills. So Seahawks.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Houston. I think Houston's the worst team in the NFL.
Who's worse, the Houston Texans or the Detroit Lions?
The Texans, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you. Because Titans covered, or the Lions covered again, and they won.
They won finally. And I know Houston's won 2 games here, but I just think construction worthy right now. They don't have it at all. They have nothing on offense. It's broken. I think it's better with Davis Mills, to be honest with you, than it was with Tyrod Taylor, which isn't saying a lot, but because you all watch Davis Mills, it's not like he's good. But I think Seattle goes nuts in this game. Russell Wilson's back. He looks fine.
Yeah. As they say, he might be cooking. Let Russ cook. So this could be one. Raiders Chiefs.
He could cook in the microwave against the Texans.
True. This might be a toaster oven game, just like slow, like boom, go. Raiders Chiefs. Raiders coming off a tough loss, close game, tough loss. Chiefs defense is getting good. Offense doesn't look great. It's one of those, if the Raiders can score 2 touchdowns, this might be more interesting than it should be.
Yeah, you're right. I
don't have any faith in it, because the Chiefs defense is legit right now, but it's tough.
Do you have faith in that staying, right? Especially against a division rival? I mean, it worked against Denver, I guess, but it's not like Denver's offense is fantastic. Teddy Bridgewater sucks, dude.
He's horrible, man. What happened to the first 3 weeks? I know they had bad opponents, but still, he can't even do that against bad teams right now.
I don't know. They were letting him throw the ball deep, and they took it away from him, and he just can't throw it at all now. He's not good.
Get Gardner Minshew over there.
Stop trying to make Gardner Minshew happen, Bub. For God's sake.
Minshew to Deontay. Think about it next year. Big things happen.
Come on, dude. Give me a break. I think the Chiefs roll in this one, so I'll probably take them. Yeah. The Raiders, they're giving it back to Jacobs more, and Kenyon Drake seems he's out for the year probably. So, I like Jacobs a little bit, even against a decent Chiefs defense, but I don't know, man. I'm just not going to pay the price for Tyreek and Kelsey and Mahomes until they start
right now. It's
clicking
tough
again. Yeah.
It's tough to do it. And one thing with Jacobs that I like a lot is the last couple of weeks, he's getting a ton in the passing game, a ton, especially with Waller down. This last week, I think he had 6 targets at the half. He had 7 a few weeks ago. Like he's getting his use in the passing game, which is big for at least fantasy wise. So that's good. Saints at the Jets. This is one where we should be getting Kamara back. For the love of God, bring Kamara back. But it looks like no Taysom Hill. So back to who?
Trevor Simeon. So,
yeah, I don't know if he's healthy or not. So we got Simeon versus Wilson. Simeon's probably the better quarterback. It's a bad like Elijah Moore and Kamara. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, the Saints are going to win this on the strength of their defense, you know. So I expect this to be a low-scoring, ugly, nasty-looking game. I would pick the Saints. God, the schedule for Week 14 blows.
Just wait for some of these next games. It gets better, folks.
It gets better, but God, the other stuff, because all the good teams are playing each other, the bad teams are also playing each other.
Like the next game, Falcons and Panthers.
Oh, good Lord. Russell Gage is useful, right?
Yeah, he went off for you. You called it, man. He went 8 for 108.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing is, you know, Pitts was better, and Pitts played in more, like a higher percentage of snaps than he has, I think, since like week 4 or something. So he is getting much, much better. But I just can't trust him. You know, I just can't do it. So not at the price that they charge for him. So Russell Gage is still, he'll take a bump this week, but I like him against the Panthers. And then, you know, I don't know what I like about the Panthers. Not a ton after that Miami game. Cam Newton looks broken. Maybe DJ Moore if he's priced down again.
The offensive coordinator change.
Yeah, OC change too. It's just, oh God, this might be a fade everyone but Gage game in this one too.
Possibly.
Yeah, because Patterson's been playing less than 50% of the snaps 3 weeks in a row. Less than 50%.
It's weird. It's weird. They're not using him in the passing game the same way after the injury, which is where you need him.
Right. Exactly.
Ravens, Browns. This is a funny one. So Ravens, tough loss, as we mentioned. Browns played the Ravens, bye week, Ravens. Who scheduled that?
I mean, I think, have you seen Washington's schedule? The rest of the way? Here, listen to this. It is Dallas, Eagles, Giants.
Wow. But this one, like literally, they could game plan for the Ravens for 3 straight weeks.
Yeah, that's very true.
They'll know everything possible.
Who are you taking in this game?
As long as, oh man, I want to take the Browns, but it's Lamar. Like he's flip a coin. I'll take the under. That's what I'm taking.
I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah, I like the Browns. I'm taking the Browns off the rest.
Yeah, look.
And Ravens are beat up too. Beat up.
Your Dolphins blueprinted them. Yeah, I mean, with all those nickel blitzes,
great teams do great things.
Dude, that's what Pittsburgh did. Pittsburgh did the same stuff. The nickel blitzes, everything off the corner. You're gonna get that from Cleveland too. And when they want, they can play good defense. Cleveland can. So I'm gonna take them at home. You just mentioned it. The biggest thing here is the Ravens were doing an unbelievably great job. This is me saying this, by the way. They're doing an unbelievably great job of keeping pace with all of the injuries they've had. They just lost Marlon Humphrey for the year. I think it's just starting to become too much. They have 20 players on season-ending IR right now. It's just
tough to maintain.
It's an unbelievable amount of adversity they've had to overcome here, and they're still third in offense. As far as yards per game go. They're middle of the pack in points. Their defense is okay, except for against they're really good against the run, but they're real bad against the pass. Even with I think just because Baker Mayfield got a little rest and is going to be fresh, and Baltimore is not going to be fresh, I'm going to take Cleveland in this game. I don't know if I'm taking anyone in terms of fantasy, though.
No, this is not a fantasy game to play.
Ugly, nasty AFC North, knock them out, drag out, nasty game. A lot like what we saw on Monday is what I'd expect.
Yeah, you're probably right. Giants Chargers. This is likely Jake Fromm from State Farm out in this game. And it's like this, but you know what? Every time we think this, the Chargers lay an egg for us. Like they should roll. They should roll easily. And I'm not saying they're not going to, and I probably will take them because Jake Fromm. Like, really, are we really going there? But this feels like a total letdown for the Chargers yet again.
I think Joe Judge is the coach that I have the least faith in outside of Urban Meyer. I think dude, Saquon was averaging 5 yards a carry, so they give him the ball 11 times. What? Give him the ball 20 times.
It's like he's on a snap count week in and week out, man.
I keep saying this. If you are not going to give him the ball the amount of times that you need to win a game with him, why are you even playing him? What is the purpose of him being out there? It makes no sense. So obviously you can't go back to him because they refuse to use him. I hope Keenan Allen is good for this game. If not, I think we're going to have a big Mike Williams game, big Austin Eckler game. I just have no faith in the Giants, especially if it's either going to be, Mike Lennon after not practicing because he's in concussion. I believe it's concussion protocol for him. And, or it's going to be Jake Fromm, who is just not good enough to win an NFL game. Yeah. So, I'll be taking the Chargers, unfortunately, not betting it though.
Yeah, don't blame me there. Lions, Broncos, Lions off a big win. Broncos look bad. This could be Lions making 2 in a row. And the one thing I'll say before I give you the floor here, the PC principal, Dan Campbell. If you guys haven't seen his post game press conference, go
Outstanding.
Watch it. The first couple minutes, the dude's a class act. Like the guy is freaking amazing. He doesn't win a lot of games, but through and through, the dude's awesome. So go watch that. That's all I have to say.
I mean, I think the country has, embraced Dan Campbell,
Like we're all rooting for the Lions, basically, is what it comes down to, which is crazy.
Right. Well, I mean, it was the Browns for a while. Then the Browns made the playoffs. Now they're the old story, right? Yeah. So now it's go win a Super Bowl, Browns. You're in that class now. For the Lions, they're still trying to get over this, just decades of losing. So, and they're not going to get there this year, obviously. Got a lot of work to do still, but this is a winnable game for them. The Broncos are not great, but and I know there shouldn't be this in professional football. And I often say there isn't this, but it's inevitable, right? This is a letdown game. You think, all right, the Lions have been covering a ton. Here they go. They dumped out a lot of emotion in that win against Minnesota, man. So it is going to be hard to get up at that same level to play Denver in Denver, and the altitude will wear your ass out if you're not used to it. So I think Denver does win this game at home. 8 points is a big spread. I'll say that. Hard for me not to take the Lions because I like them, but I think by the time we get there, I am probably going to end up taking the Broncos.
Lions cover. Just remember that Bogman Lions cover. Niners Bengals. This is can Eli Mitchell get back and get the Niners back on track? The Bengals, every time they have a dud like they did last week, they usually come out firing. This should be a very, very fun football game. Hopefully, Burrow's finger's okay. Obviously, he hurt it early. Play the rest of the game was fine, but now that adrenaline's worn off and stuff, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. It's not like the mallet finger for Taysom Hill or whatever, So I think he'll be okay and he'll play in this game. This is a good one though. We did just see that Eli Mitchell is in concussion protocol, so that's going to be a big factor in this game as far as betting goes. Because I think with Eli Mitchell, I want to take the Niners, but without him, now we're down to whoever. I don't want to do it.
Time. It's too much pressure on Jimmy G.
Yeah, it's too. And he looked bad against Seattle last week.
If you make him have to win the game, they will not win football games.
Yeah, Welsh has said that for a long time, and it's true.
I've watched it enough out here with my buddies that are Niner fans. He can help you stay in games. He can help you be a little good, but if you need him to win, he can't do it.
Right. So yeah, I think you're right. So I'll probably be taking the Bengals at home, but I'm rooting for Escalator of Sadness 2 weeks in a row.
And I could be speaking on a turn here, but I believe Trey Lance is healthy. This would be a great week to get Trey Lance involved, especially if Mitchell's not around.
Yeah, I mean, at least a couple snaps, right? Yeah. Or maybe even a series or something. But I just don't know if Shanahan has the stones to do that stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Bills, Bucks. Bills coming off that tough Monday night game. I think you just put that one on the side against the Bucks. Like you go from Monday night against the Pats to the defending Super Bowl champs. The schedule don't get easier when you win divisions, folks. This is a tough one.
I mean, this is big for Buffalo, too. They need to win this game.
Yeah, because otherwise the Dolphins are knocking on that door.
Yep, and they just gave the division lead to New England. And, Miami, you have a chance to make up a game on Miami and New England right now because they're on a bye. Make up half a game. So they got to do it. I don't know. It's a tall task to go into Tampa Bay and win. But it's not like Tampa Bay's been playing their best ball right now. I mean, Brady has a pick in like 5 or 6 straight weeks. It's one of the longer streaks in his career.
Since the bye week, they've looked human.
Right, exactly. So, but I think Tampa Bay gets back down to We saw them kind of pull out of a funk by giving the ball to Leonard Fournette like 30 times this season already. And what we just saw New England do to Buffalo and win throwing the ball 3 times, I think Leonard Fournette's going to get a hefty workload in this game. So big time start for me in this game. Also 52.5, believe just as of right now, biggest over of the week. Makes sense. We expect some scoring. We saw Godwin get back in. Gronk is going nuts right now. Mike Evans had a decent game too. And Buffalo will have a much better offensive performance in this game than they did against New England. They also won't be playing in the middle of a blizzard. So that's good.
I wonder why that game didn't get flexed to Sunday night. That would have been a good one. But maybe they can't have too many primetime games for these two teams.
I think the afternoon games can't get flexed because they're nationally televised.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's probably the game of the week or something. So Sunday Night Football, speaking of that, Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Packers off a bye week. This just all just roll. Go Pack, go.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago's got nothing, man. Like, I hope Fields plays because he needs to Fields needs to be in this rivalry and feel it, right?
And the country needs to watch him on primetime. Like, he could put a game on here. Like, that'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, look, his last primetime game was against Pittsburgh, and it was fantastic. So I hope he's ready to play. I'm guessing it's going to be the Red Rifle again, and I'm guessing it's probably going to be another 3 interceptions, probably a pick 6, and Aaron Rodgers won't have to do much, and we'll see a lot of A.J. Dillon in the second half. So,
and Aaron Jones is back. We should be back too.
Yeah.
So
Aaron Jones played in the last game sparingly, so he'll be fine for this game. But I think because they'll be up, it'll be a lot of Dillon in the second half. Right.
I'm with you there. And then Monday Night Football, Rams at the Cardinals. This is going to be awesome. Rams bounced back like we said they needed to, and they did. Cardinals with a healthy Kyler and company coming off a big win in Chicago. This is a big NFC West ball game.
If you have true aspirations of winning the Super Bowl this year in Stafford's first year with the Rams, you have to win this game. You have to make a statement. You got to go on the road and beat the Cardinals. Cardinals went into LA and won. So if you're going to split the series, this is the one you need to pull them closer so you can work on home field advantage throughout the playoffs instead of the Cardinals. So, you're going to need a little help after this game too. But Rams had a nice tune against Jacksonville. Hopefully Henderson will be able to play for them and they can get back on track against the Cardinals. But this is going to be a very fun Monday night game.
A very fun Monday night game. We'll have all this stuff, picks, bets, showdowns, DFS main slate, all the good stuff and things coming your way as the week goes on. As usual, Thursday, expect 2 shows. Friday, the main slate preview, all the fun stuff. Remember, check us out on the LineStar YouTube channel. Give us a rate and review on iTunes and download the app in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. So you'll hear plenty more from us to get your Week 14 rocking and rolling. But for now, check out Bogman on Twitter at Bogman Sports. I'm at B. Dendrick. We'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to Pre-Snap Podcast, presented by LineStar app. Please like, comment, subscribe, and rate for good card